What's up, weirdos? All right, we got some stuff to get into. Everybody panic selling? Everybody panic? Good, good. More for me to buy. All right, let's get into it here, guys. Let's get into it. We got some big things happening already today, guys. We haven't even had the summit happen, but we got some interesting things and decisions being made in the crypto space. Let's get into it. Starting off with Jasmine. Down 3% on the day, down 8.5 on the week, 26.8 on the month, and 22 on the year. Down 2 spots in rank to 81, and $802 million market cap, 54 million in volume. XEN down 4.8% on the day, 0.5% on the week, 51.8 on the month, but up 495% on the year. Down 4 spots in rank to 123. $464 million market cap, 51 million in volume. ZBIC down 6.8% on the day, 14.8 on the week, 61.7% up on the month, 18 spots down to 337, $102 million market cap, 21 million in volume. And Swiftcoin, it's actually up 4.3% on the day, 3.7 on the week, 51% down on the month, but up 133% on the year. We're up 7 spots in rank to 274, $138 million market cap, 7 million in volume. Even though the volume is really, really terrible, it's almost twice what it was, double what it was yesterday, which is not really anything to brag about. So guys, listen, I told you guys this yesterday in the live stream, okay? You had some of the largest content creators out there telling everybody, and I'm going to say Wendy O was one of them, Carl the Moon was another, telling people that Bitcoin was going to be about $127,000 a coin on Friday because of the summit. And I told you guys, these people do not care about you. They're telling you this for clicks. Don't fall for this kind of stuff. And here we are, the day of the summit. We're about an hour and a half away from it starting, and Bitcoin is $87,100. These people don't care about you. These large content creators will say anything to get your clicks, okay? So, in saying that, now you know who you should be following and who you should not be following, right? If you are following a YouTuber who told you that Bitcoin was going to be $127,000 today, I would unsubscribe immediately, right? What do we have? Bitcoin is holding. We seem to be building a significant level right here, as you can see, right? We wicked up to it here and rejected off of it. We held support, or we rejected off it here. We held it as support here. We're holding it as support here. So right at 87,100, we seem to be trying to create a significant level there. We wicked all the way down to 84,700 earlier today, this morning, last night, I suppose. But we're not doing too bad right now at 87,000 even. Will crypto pump later today? Will Bitcoin pump later today? Yeah, maybe. I mean, we might get some news out of this summit later today, and we might see a massive run to the upside. But I just don't see it running to $120,000. That would be a god candle at this point, right? So yeah, we're doing exactly what I told you guys that we would be doing, right? And most of you guys who have been here for a while know this. I told you guys we were going to ping pong between these two levels right here, between 85 and 91K for a few weeks. I said that to you guys before we even dropped down here. I said we were going to do that, right? Don't believe me? Go back 2 weeks and check the receipts, right? I told you guys that this was going to happen, so I shouldn't see anybody out there surprised that it's happening, because you knew it was happening, right? But that's what I love about this community. You guys are always on the ball. You guys are never panicked. You're always right there with dry powder, because I told you something's going to happen. You were prepared for it, and now you're excited instead of worried, right? So that's absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. That's why I love this community so much, right? You guys listen, and then you pounce on opportunities and instead of panicking, right? That's super fantastic. What's Jasmine doing? Let's have a look. So we're wicking down below this support level right now at 1 cent 6. Will we see lower levels? Possibly. But again, what matters, guys, is where we close these candles, not where we wick down to. So, but we could theoretically come all the way down to roughly 1 cent 5 and still be inside of our falling wedge pattern here, guys. So, and it would be a great DCA opportunity, right? It would be a fantastic opportunity for you guys. So, for you, for me, for everybody. As for XCN and Swift, just they're doing the exact same thing they've been doing, just ping-ponging here inside these descending channels. Nothing new to report. You know, as long as Bitcoin's just doing the sideways boring thing that it's doing, Swift and Onyx coin and everything else for that matter are going to continue to do the same thing. Swift coin is trying to make a breakout on the daily time frame here, as you can see. Trying to break out. We're outside of this falling channel right now. We failed the breakout up here. Will we succeed this time? Well, I guess we'll see. We got to close this. First thing is we have to close this daily candle above, outside of this trend line. The next thing we have to do is we have to retest the top of the trend line for support before we start to move up, right? We have to confirm the breakout. We don't have to, but most of the time it does. Here we tried that. We broke out. We came back down to retest the top of the trend line. We failed the retest and we collapsed back inside of this bullish structure. So we'll see what happens on this attempt at a breakout for Swift coin. If Bitcoin starts to run later on some bullish news, Swift coin might succeed in its breakout, but I don't think that it will if everything stays the same as it is right now. If you guys remember, I did a video the other day telling you guys act as if Bitcoin is going lower. Prepare, do overtime right now, get some overtime in at work, take up extra hours, whatever you got to do to get some dry powder, guys, for the just in case scenario that we do see Bitcoin come down to the 70s. You need to have dry powder available. Act as if it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's going to, I'm saying it's possible. So I want you to act as if it's for sure going to, so that you have dry powder ready to go, right? It's a lot easier to withstand those kinds of crashes and pull downs if you have money to deploy into the market. Then it's no problem at all. Then you're like, yes, you're excited. I bought more stuff, right? But when you have no money to buy, then it sucks, right? So I've been telling you, get dry powder now, right? You're being warned ahead of time. So I don't want to hear anybody saying, well, I don't have any dry powder. Well, I told you weeks beforehand to get some dry powder and put it aside, right? So in saying that, ZBEC, guys, rejected on the attempted breakout yesterday, fell back inside of the structure. We touched the top of the trend line again on this falling wedge pattern, failed it. So it doesn't look like ZBEC is going to have a breakout either. I mean, again, it depends. If Bitcoin goes nuts later, I mean, altcoins could follow suit, but as of right now, nothing really to write home about. So let's see. We got some news going on around the market, kind of a mixed bag of news, things going on. Onyx tweets out, gas refunds for XCN transactions will be sent this weekend coming up, which is today, probably Saturday, Sunday, so tomorrow and the day after, right? They will include voting rewards, claiming gas fees, reward claims, and staking. So if you were staking, voting, or you were claiming your rewards, you will be refunded in Ethereum for your gas fees. Going forward, this will be occurring weekly instead of monthly until approximately 18K USD is remaining. Refunds is exhausted. There you go. All right, now Binance, guys. I think Binance is making a massive mistake with this decision. And I say mistake, but I use the term very, very lightly. And the reason I use the term mistake lightly is because I think Binance knows exactly what they're doing. I think they're doing this on purpose. I think they're stirring the pot. I think they're doing it for engagement purposes, right? Now, what am I talking about? Well, Binance is enhancing its listing mechanism and introducing its new community co-governance mechanism for listing. The vote to list, which is great, having the ability to vote on something to be listed on Binance is a great idea, right? Vote to delist. Now we have a problem, right? Those mechanisms will enable greater community participation and give users a stronger voice in the listing process. That's a problem. And I'm going to show you. I commented down here, as you can see. This is exactly how I feel about it. Quote, having the ability to vote to delist projects is an awful idea. People in crypto are not mature enough for this sort of system. Too many maxis and childish people that hate projects for no legitimate reason. This will end poorly. So my stance on this is simple. People in crypto are idiots, right? There's too many children. There's too many people who think it's, I'm going to vote to delist this project because I think it's funny, right? There's those people, and they come in droves. That is some of the stupidest ability, like to give them the ability, give those people the ability to affect other people's financial investments is one of the worst ideas I have ever seen in this space. This is why we need regulations. Do you think if we had regulations in place that the law would allow an exchange to let the community vote on what gets listed and what gets delisted? No, of course not, because you're going to have a bunch of people who hate a project and they're all going to vote to get that project delisted because they think it's funny, and it's going to get delisted. And there's people out there who are invested in that project whose portfolios are going to take a massive hit because of this. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. It is irresponsible of Binance to even think this would be a good idea. And they're only doing this for engagement. They want people to argue and bicker on their socials so that they get engagement, right? That's what this boils down to. They're stirring the pot on purpose. This is one of the worst ideas I have ever seen in crypto. And it's not going to end well. A lot of people are going to lose a lot of money from delisting processes because of this. There's going to be teams of people who coordinate to attack projects and get them delisted, right? This is so stupid. I'm not even going to harp on it anymore. I think I've made my point. One of the worst ideas I have ever seen in crypto ever. Binance, you get a complete fail as a mark on this sort of an option. And I'm going to tag Binance in this over on X. I know they probably won't see it, but this is one of the worst ideas I have ever seen. Unbelievably irresponsible. Unbelievably irresponsible. And I'm not even defending any specific project. I just see a train wreck coming, right? Like, and it's going to hurt a lot of people. And I hope that Binance gets fined for this by the SEC. This is a stupid idea. Moving on, Swift Blockchain says, proud to be one of crypto Rubik's top providers for February. So Rubik tweeted out, shout out to our February top 5 providers. Huge thank you to Lyft Protocol. And here you see Bridgers, right? One of the liquidity providers. You love to see that, guys. Bridgers in action. Wait till they get to the United States, baby. Going to be big, big things popping. All right, U.S. Secretary just said they will discuss how to buy more Bitcoin at today's summit. Let's have a look.
Okay, Bitcoin. The reserve. Supposedly there was disappointment that we're not going to be buying Bitcoin outright using taxpayer dollars. But if we can do it in a revenue neutral way, we would. Number one, were you a proponent for the reserve? And two, is there a way to buy Bitcoin, not just acquire it through, I don't know, however we've gotten these $17 billion worth at this point?
Yeah, so Joe, I am a big proponent of the U.S. taking the worldwide lead in crypto. I think we have to bring it onshore and they use our best practices and regulation. I think that the Bitcoin reserve, before you can accumulate it, you have to stop selling it. So what we have now is from a seized asset pool. And I wasn't there when it happened, but I believe what happened was about 500 million of Bitcoin was seized. Half of it was sold. And what we have now that, say it's over 10 billion, 10, 12 billion, that's all through appreciation. So the first thing to do is to stop the selling. So we are going to, after the victims are paid and all of that, any seized assets will go into this reserve, and then we'll see what the way forward is for more acquisitions for the reserves. And we're starting with Bitcoin, but it's an overall crypto reserve.
Right. So how do you think about buying, though? And how should taxpayers think about that? Because effectively, we'll be levering ourselves to some degree, given that we don't have a surplus of money right now to make these investments.
Yeah, so that's why the first step is to stop selling, and then we're going to put a plan in place from there. So we're having this crypto summit. I'm going back to Washington this afternoon, and then we'll talk about the way forward.
They're going to discuss it. Will they come up with a way to purchase Bitcoin? Be very, very interesting. Be very, very interesting. Print money, baby. Just print money and buy Bitcoin. Let's go. All right, and finally, Magic Power, community member, community contributor, friend of the channel, says Hara, CFO of Jasmy and CEO of Junction, attended the Digital Asset Night JCBA and CoinDesk Japan on March 6th, which was yesterday. As part of the Japan FinTech Week, this high-profile event provided a premier platform to discuss the latest developments in Web3. Very, very bullish, guys, as you can see. Was tweeted out down here by CoinDesk Japan. Guys, listen, whenever Hara goes to these kinds of events, we often find announcements weeks or months later that they've come up with new partnerships, new collaborations, new business connections through these types of events. So this is big news. That is why Hara is one of the busiest men in crypto. So listen, guys, if I told you that you can have access to all of the gems that we have, that we've been getting into with the potential of hundreds, if not thousands of percents in returns, stuff like ZBEC and Onyx coin and Swift coin and XPR and many, many others that we get into early, if you could have access to those, you could have access to our free Patreon member Discord. You could book one-on-one live coaching calls for free with me personally, right? You could have access to a community of over 1,900 people with a wealth of knowledge that's going to help you. We have open mic Fridays. We will have tonight where we open up a Zoom call for about 5 or 6 hours, and hundreds of people join, and everyone just kind of, helps each other, answers questions, guides people, guides each other. You can have access to all of this. We're doing unprecedented things over there that no other community is offering. And you could have all of this access for the price of a Happy Meal. Would you buy me a Happy Meal? Of course you would buy me a Happy Meal, guys, right? So why don't you check it out for yourselves? You have nothing to lose and everything to gain for the price of a Happy Meal. These other channels are charging you between $100 and yes, $1,000 for access to their communities and their perks. We just want you to buy us a Happy Meal, right? We believe that learning how to be successful in crypto and how to make money on swing trades and find gems and all that kind of stuff should be affordable for everyone, not just people who've already made money, right? That's why we have over 1,900 people over there. And every single morning when I wake up, the Patreon explodes more and more because people are finding the value in it, right? So why not check it out for yourselves, guys? You have nothing to lose by simply hopping over and experiencing it for yourself. And if you don't like it, you can leave, right? But you'll never know if you don't check it out, if it's for you. I can promise you two things, okay? One, you will learn things that are going to make you a better trader and a better investor in this space for sure. And two, once you become a part of our community, you see the wealth of knowledge and experience at your fingertips that's there to help you in every aspect of crypto. You're not going to want to leave. The swing trade opportunities, the gems you can get into, people are paying the price of a Happy Meal to get in and making thousands of percents in returns on these gems that we're finding. It's essentially free when you do that, right? So why not experience it for yourself? And if it's not for you, if you don't like it, all you lost was the price of a Happy Meal, right? Check it out for yourselves, guys. Join our community, add your voice to ours. We'd love to have you over there. Also, shout out to the channel sponsor, Decent Self-Custody Wallet, guys. I have mine. You should get yours too. Not your keys, not your coins, guys. If you trust exchanges with your crypto, I promise you they will let you down every single time. They freeze your trading abilities, all kinds of stuff, right? So don't trust them. They go insolvent. Your money's gone. Put it on a self-custody wallet, guys. Decent wallet. Get a fantastic deal with my link down below, guys, in the description. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. See you guys later.